A brand new utility belt bus is so expensive, I decided to sacrifice a regular bus to fix this crap. What's up creative people, ZW back here with another custom, and this time it involves electronics. So if bus turns out mute at the end of the video, let's just say I'm going into this with that assumption. I found this banged up utility bus on eBay for about £30 and I knew it's gonna be a video worth exploring. As you can see, it has been played with extensively, the dome is loose, there are a lot of scratches, stickers are gone, very dusty and dirty, with several paint stains, paint chips. Is that shit? Please don't be yep, it smells like shit. Also, he peed his pants. The main electronics are working, the belt works fine, only issue is the missing chrome. Laser works, communicator works, head motor is not, but that's okay, we're gonna remove it anyway, while the wings doesn't slot in properly and they don't light up at all. So the plan is to rip everything apart, save the soundboard because the dialogues are quite different, and save the belt, then transfer everything to a regular bus. Sounds easy? All you need is a screwdriver to take the top half apart, remove these 4 screws and it's done. But it's always easier to touch the top while it's going to take some effort if you want to get to the bottom. First, you want to spread the legs as wide as you can, then insert something long and hard into the gap. I know, I've already done some preparation beforehand to ensure your satisfaction, because I don't want to embarrass myself on camera. But what you want to do is to go slow and carefully nudge the pieces apart with a back and forth motion from these 2 openings, making sure not to insert into the wrong hole because only the front and back panel can be separated. The key is to be patient or else you will break it. Alright, now we have arrived at the hard part. Yeah, insertion is easy but you're trying to finish off the right way, yeah? Well, there are 10 fucking screws over here. Why am I swearing? Because that's 10 chances of you screwing up. If any of those screws end up stripped, the leg is not going to separate. Fortunately, the gods of screw driving were with me this time, but I was using so much force that the leg joints actually started to crack. So be careful. You don't want to lose your screws as well, so keep it safe inside here. And when you manage to take the legs apart, be aware that there is a spring in here, which will probably fall out. Just remember, spring first, then white plastic thingy. To make sure that you don't lose them, tape up the holes. If your screws did get stripped, which happened to my regular bus, you will have to cut through the plastic and use a plier to force the screw out. And this is what you can expect. Now for the top half. If you tried unscrewing this and started losing your mind, I don't blame you cause they are really fucking convincing fakes, right? And I'm sure there are other people who did the same thing, no? Anywho, just give it a tug and it will pop out. After getting the 4 screws out, remember screws management. I can't emphasize that enough. And what the fuck am I looking at? Well, I will try not to screw things up. Slowly moving the parts away to make way for the wires. I guess the most important part would be the belt buckle and this wire, so carefully. What the? Okay, I removed it with a little force. I don't think they are that fragile, so you gotta be brave and just pull it out. We also want the soundboard, so we need to remove all the wires. Yeah, great. Front panel, laser arm, communicator arm, buzzer's head, and the rest of the wires are now gone. I would suggest taking photos in between so that you can remember where to put what afterwards. But yeah, just unscrew this and it will be out. This is what the utility board looks beside a regular bus board. There's just an extra port for the belt. And yes, I've already taken regular bars apart, so if you are feeling particularly sadistic today, may I suggest you rewatch the front part of this video to quench your thirst. The regular bus was one that I bought locally for only $2. Watch this video to see how to get great deals for any toys you are searching for. Now it's just about cleaning them cause both of them are really filthy. But sadly, our best friend, Obsessive Compulsive Disorder, decided to visit and said,
"No, you can't live with this small little scratch on this leg."
So I had to swap the pieces with the other bars. And this is why having an extra bars laying around couldn't hurt. Perfect. After getting rid of some of the spoiled stickers, I proceeded to behead Mr. Lightyear to continue with the cleaning, but it felt wrong to just end this video without any repainting, so I decided to sacrifice this head. The idea is to cut off his eyelids to recreate the Toy Story 3 look, and that will involve a lot of sanding. If you can't already tell from my voice, I love sanding so much, I want to do this for the rest of my life. My fingers are aching. Never ending sanding. And since we are already bringing out the airbrush, let's repaint the body as well. The green is not of the right shade. I don't think it's supposed to be lime green. So after wasting a bunch of blue tape masking the non-green areas, I substituted it with kitchen towels instead so that I can afford to eat meat this week. And it's time to color. Painting bars is just like any other head, if not simpler, just a coat of beige. I don't know, YouTube auto-caption thinks I said beige a lot of times, so I googled and apparently it's
beige.
And a little white, not white. Silent H, I guess.
Cool Whip, Cool Whip, Cool Whip, Cool Whip, Cool Whip.
Okay, a little red for cheeks and lips, and we gotta let it dry. Time for green. It's a mixture of this green from
Tamiya.
Oh, fuck off, that's not right.
Tamiya RC カーグランプリ、みんなも参加しよう。Tamiya.
Oh, by the way, can I just say that Tamiya's logo on a t-shirt really catches my eyes? It just somehow focuses my attention on a certain... Anyway, Tamiya pop green with a little AK pastel blue. Ratio is about 10 to 1 maybe, and this is what it looks like side by side to the original. Chest plate done, legs done, and for the areas that I'm too lazy to mask, I just went with hand brushing, which surprisingly did not leave too much brush marks. So I proceeded to the wings, back of the body, and while we wait for that to dry, it's chrome time for the belt buckle, which turned out pretty okay. Previously, we had a little trouble with water slide decals, but Buzz's eye has a really simple design, so it's probably fine if we do it by hand. A little blue for the iris, light blue for the highlights, and black for the pupil. Dark brown for the eyebrows, and of course, purple for the rest of his head. And can we just take a moment to appreciate this Tamiya ultra fine brush that has helped us deal with all the detailed works? Oh, and I almost forgot about the, curly chin hair on Buzz's chin. Also done with the brush, by the way. Delicious. So it's time for reassembly, but first, some satisfying peeling. Oh, come on, a wire broke? And how the hell am I supposed to unscrew it? Oh, you can just tilt it away. Interesting. Good thing I have an extra speaker to replace the broken one with. Now more peeling and fixing the paint over spills and more Seriously? We are right at the end and this happens? Well, you know what I like to say, if you don't see it, it doesn't matter. And also I want to emphasize that when you are putting the legs back, you need to screw them tightly because of the spring, otherwise the two halves will not snap back together. If it's tight enough, it will look like this. And the rest is just the reverse of what I did before. And with a little sticker that I bought on eBay, time to test this shit. Moment of truth. Yeah, baby! I mean, I'm just glad that the electronics are still working. The head looks really good in my opinion, so you don't really need a 3D printer to customize your own Buzz Lightyear. The shade of green is pretty nice, but it's not glow in the dark. The chrome on the belt is so blink, and I won't touch it because it's not fully dried yet. Overall, a frustrating but fulfilling custom. Here's my Takara Woody custom, and here is something I bet you don't know. Stay tuned and goodbye.